Free Fire is directed by Ben Wheatley and stars an all-star cast of people who really enjoy saying the F word, and it's about some arms dealers and some arms buyers who are meeting at a deserted warehouse, and things go wrong. There's a problem between a few of them, tension runs high, and all of a sudden they're all shooting at each other. Can they all make it out alive? Now, when I first saw the trailer for this film, I was expecting it to be a fun action film that had doses of fun but was more focused on action. Having seen it, this is almost like a slapstick comedy. It's not full comedy. It's not like it's, Leslie Nielsen or Mr. Bean or something. It's just there's quite a lot more quipping and a lot more fun to be had in this movie than I expected. In some ways, that's a detriment to this film, and in some ways, it's actually quite enjoyable. The first half of the movie I liked quite a bit. I loved the setup for these characters. I thought Killian Murphy was really great, and probably the character that I was most interested in, and that's largely because the majority of them don't have much development to be given to them, which isn't really necessarily a huge problem because this film on paper is essentially just a concept that is being stretched to its extremes in regards to feature-length runtimes. There are large portions of this movie that I enjoyed, and most of it has to do with the cast themselves. Not so much the dialogue they were given to say, but the fact that the cast is so talented that they're able to find just the right levels that their characters should be at. Unfortunately, the movie isn't great, and a lot of it did have to do with the way the film was directed. Wheatley makes the choice to film pretty much the entire film handheld. A lot of it does feel very shaky, not like Paul Greengrass shaky, but there are times where you honestly can't tell who's firing at who. It's a lot of people turning around a corner, firing, then ducking for cover, and you cut back to a bullet ricocheting off something, and you're not exactly sure what's going on. Also, I think my biggest issue with the movie is the setup for why they all get into this shootout. Basically, two people there kind of have a thing, and it's a problem. And I feel like in real life, everyone there would have just been like, hey, you guys go over there in the corner and figure this shit out, and we're just going to wait. But instead, everybody just draws their weapons and starts firing like no one gives a shit anymore about living, which is very strange to me. And that's where the comedy edge comes in with this movie. You can tell that they were thinking that it's just a fun movie where shit gets real, but we're gonna make a lot of jokes and we're gonna have really over-the-top sound effects, a lot of bang, whiz, and zoom sound effects to kind of make you feel like you're watching something that's more silly and lighthearted. But the setup wasn't. It was almost like it was setting up more of a Reservoir Dogs type feel where you're in one main location. There's a lot of jokes and humor, but in the end it is a serious dramatic picture. As far as the performances, I would say that Sharlto Copley was incredible in this movie. I found him extremely hilarious. Sometimes you couldn't quite understand what he was saying, but it just added to the comedy more for me. Also, as I said, Killian Murphy was really great. I was disappointed, I gotta be honest, in Brie Larson. I didn't really think that she was in the same movie. It felt like her character was in a different movie. For the large portion of this movie, most everyone after the halfway point is just crawling around, trying to find a weapon or trying to get to something. And it does drag after a while. It's kind of like, okay, I can't really tell who's firing at who. And these arms dealers and arms buyers have aim worse than stormtroopers, so there's that too. And it just doesn't really feel like the movie knew what it was. The cast alone elevates this material to be entertaining enough to watch, but the motivation for why everybody starts shooting at each other was so weak that I couldn't really get invested in the movie, and I kept thinking, okay, they set up one character as the really dumb guy who does really dumb things, but you're all kind of dumb. Like, somebody needs to just wave the white flag and you guys could all go home. But it kind of felt like the screenplay just wanted them to all be there and just kill each other. But like I said, it's entertaining enough to watch, perhaps as a rental once the Blu-ray comes out. Check it out maybe on Amazon in the future. I'm going to give Free Fire a C+. So guys, I'm going to have a lot of reviews this weekend. I'm going to see that Katherine Heigl, Rosario Dawson movie Unforgettable tomorrow. If that's amazing enough to want to review in the way that I expect it to be, I'll be doing a video of that. I also want to check out the movie Phoenix Forgotten, which kind of looks like a Blair Witch Project alien version, but I'll watch it. Oh, and also, my shoulder is kind of hurting. Like, I feel like maybe, I don't know, like maybe I got a tattoo or something. Maybe that's why. I have been wanting to get a tattoo for a really long time, and it took me quite a bit to find the right artist. And that was really the big thing, was like, okay, I need to find the right artist. So I finally did. This is the crop circle in the movie Signs. As my longtime viewers know and have heard me say many times over and over again, Signs is the movie I saw that made me want to pursue a career in film. And I gotta give a humongous thank you to Bethany Hendricks, who works at Collective Tattoos in Stowe, Ohio. She did a phenomenal job, and in the future, I want to get more. I kind of want to turn my whole right arm into a sleeve. Get various movies that I think are just badass. I have a lot of ideas. And I've always kind of wanted tattoos. It was just like, find the right artist, find the right time. So yeah, if you're looking to get inked, check out Collective Tattoos. This is not sponsored by them. They have no idea I'm doing this. I don't even think Bethany knows. I told her I would say that she did a good job. And if you're watching this, Bethany, you were amazing, and I can't wait to get more. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.